25 plus 25. A prophetic partition of purpose and precision. A mathematical manifestation where time times told to total transformation. 25. Twice 12 with one standing watch like a warrior at the gate of wisdom. A numerical drum beat. A prophetic postcode between promise and power. A corridor where vision must tower. This is not age. This is an algorithm of ascension, a multiplication of moments, a calculation carved from chaos, a formula forged in failures with faithful forward motion. Because Africa cannot remain a continent rich in soil yet starving in systems, a kingdom crowned with gold yet governed by borrowed glory. No. The next quarter century must be coded differently. We must digitize the drums and turn traditions into transmissions, build broadband bridges from Bolgatanga to Bamako, from Kigali coded corridors to Accra's wakening ambitions. Fiber must flow like freedom through forgotten frontiers. Data must dance and make testimonies out of tears. The village child with a vision must no longer be blocked by boundaries, barriers, barricades, borders, bandwaves, and bureaucratic blindness. Africa must not merely consume technology. No, we must conceive it, craft it, and command it. For far too long, we exported cocoa, imported chocolate, exported gold, imported governance, exported genius, imported validation. But the next quarter century, as nations must reverse the river. Let lithium lead to laboratories. Let oil power factories. Let sunlight become a sovereign currency through solar civilization spread across the savannah. We all know that energy is the heartbeat of industries. So how can the continent of the scorching sun still sleep in darkness? Mintiasio. How can rivers roar through our lands while factories faint from power failure? No, the next quarter century must electrify destinies. Hydro, solar, gas, green grids must glow through ghettos and glowing cities. Let industries rise. Leadership must stop performing politics and start producing prosperity. Enough of power without purpose. Enough of titles without transformation. Enough of campaigns without compassion. See, the next quarter century will belong to nations, leaders, and people who can master three things at once: memory, machinery, and meaning. The next quarter century will not simply be an extension of the present, but the separation season, a dividing line between nations that produce and the nations that merely purchase, between societies that harness artificial intelligence and societies that become artificial in intelligence. Africa stands at a dangerous and divine crossroads. Dangerous because the continent could become the warehouse of the world's raw materials whilst remaining absent from ownership of the future. Divine because never before has Africa possessed such a young, vibrant population, such digital possibility, such cultural influence, and such global attention at the same time. The next quarter century will be fought over data, energy, water, food systems, critical minerals, and positive narratives. And perhaps the greatest war of all, human attention. So, ladies and gentlemen, for history has taught us a people who cannot harness their own harvest will forever hunger beneath another man's heaven. Africa must think this gathering tomorrow must not become another round table where the tables stay round and the talks go around and the theories rebound. This gathering must not become another content creation that leaves the people spellbound, yet no solutions are found. Let this gathering become the platform where Africa rediscovers herself, redefines herself, reintroduces herself to herself, and finally decides to develop herself. And when history fails and turn her pages, May Africa not merely recognize herself, but rise, rebuild, and remember the full greatness of herself. See, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Dr. Ishmael Yamson, a statesman of structure, a steward of systems, a voice that has continually called Africa to believe in herself, build herself, and better herself. Sir, my name is Sonny, and I pen this piece of prominence in praise of your person. I power these powerful words to empower your purpose. Your presence, present, and presentations you presented to us gave us a privilege to move forward. They say weak people prefer power, but powerful people prefer to empower weak people. We are thankful to the transformational teachings, true tolerance, and tenacity. You have carried the tide and triumphed through time. You remain one of the brightest spots on the continent. We say, Ayiko. May your counsel continue to challenge complacency. May your ideas continue to stir continental consciousness. May you help us move Africa from potential to performance to productivity. In the next quarter century, may Africa rise from resource rich to resource rich. We say, Ayiko. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Yamson, please. The stage is yours. And so is our portrait by Baah the artist, supporting Sonny. Dr. Yamson, we're going to present it to you. There you go.